Hello everyone. Today we are going to paint this white daisy with watercolor. Now, shall we get started? I have uploaded a few flower watercolor tutorial videos on my YouTube, so the method is pretty similar. The difference is for this one, the flower is white, so it doesn't have any colors on it. So that means the shapes and the curves of the flower is defined by shadows that fall onto the flower. I have the photo reference ready right in front of me. So I just mix a little bit of black paint with lots and lots of water on it to create really light gray color to use on the flower. I applied on some part of the flower that I think it would have some shadows, and then you can use that same brush, wash it off, and then just make the colors softer. So you just wipe off the edges to create gradation. You can also use two brushes to do this. I think this will be easier. So the one brush I keep for the brush that have paints on it, and the other brush I keep it clean to make the color softer. Now I'm going to repeat the same process in a zoom out version, so you will see how I work with two brushes. Just start with one brush and then use the other clean brush to wipe off the colors or make gradation. Don't forget you can always rotate the paper to find the easier angle for you to work with the brush. This is how the first layer will look like. You can see the good balance between gray and white color that define the shape of the flower. On the second layers, I use slightly darker gray and add more darker shadows on some part of the flower. To decide which part that has darker shadows, you can simply just refer to the photo that you have in front of you. Or you can decide yourself where is the lighting coming from. For example, on this painting, the lighting coming from the left upper side of the flower, so the shadows will fall on the right bottom side of the flower. And then I will get through each petals of the flower and decide where the shadows is going to be. If you look closely, the petals of the flower, sometimes some of them is a little bit on the front and some of them is a little bit at the back. So obviously the ones that on the front will create shadows on the ones that on the back, if that makes sense. This is how the flower will look like after I apply the second layers of the painting. And lastly, I like to add very fine lines throughout the outline of the flower. For this one, I'm using a very tip of my brush to create very thin line. You can also use the smaller size of a brush if that works easier for you. Some of the lines are thick and some of the lines are thin, and even some of the line is disappearing on the edge of the petal. That is to create a dynamic shape of the petal and to define where is the lighting coming from. This is how it would look like when I'm done creating the outlines on the petal of the flowers. This is just an idea, but you can always stop every part of my videos, make the screenshot of it, and print it out for your reference. Lastly, I will add more details on the flower. If you take a look closely, there's some sort of lines going through from the bottom of the petals to the end of it. So this is what I'm trying to create. You can also see the difference between when I'm using the big brush and when I'm using the smaller type of brush. The lines is actually more defined and thinner if I use the smaller type of a brush. And while I'm doing this, I'm also adding a bit more darker shadows here and there so you can see the more 3D look. And now overall we have 3 layers of the shadows of the flower. This is how it would look like when we've done painting on the flower petals. Now we just need to work on the center of the flower. I have done a few flower watercolor tutorials, and the method is quite similar with this one, so I wouldn't get too much into the details. I will just get through quickly how to paint the center of this flower. If you want, you can see my previous videos where I explain in detail on how to paint the center part of the flower. I'll put the link of the video on the description box below. The color that I use for this one is a little bit of yellow mixed with a little bit of orange. This is it. This is the final result of the white daisy. What do you think? Do you like it? If you haven't heard about me before, my name is Keisha and I'm a watercolor artist from Australia. If you find this video useful, please go to my channel and subscribe or watch more videos. It will definitely give me the support that I need to make this kind of tutorial videos for you. You can download the sketches of this flower and many more for free on my website. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next videos.